The depth d of the water at the end of a long jetty in one of the northern WA towns is given by the function d is 5 cos pi by 4t plus pi by 4 plus 6, where d is in meters and t is in hours, taken from 5 am, so 5 am is just here, when t is 0. The first thing we want to do is sketch it. Now, we have the calculator available. So let's go to Graph and Table, just clear anything that we have there at the moment, and then let's put in this function, and of course we'll need to be in radians for this type of question. So we have 5 cos, then we have pi by 4, and of course we won't be able to use t here, we'll use x instead. Add pi by 4, and then we'll add 6, and rather than producing a graph here to start with, produce a table. And we'd like our table to start at 0, and so that's 4, 6, 8, so that would be 14, so let's go to 14 with a step of 1. So when x is 0, we've got 9.5, so somewhere around here. And then at 1 it's 6. Now 1 is in between here, so that's just there. And then at 2, let's call that 2.5. So that's here. And then at 3, it's 1. And at 4, it's back to 2.5. And at 5, it's back at 6. And then up to 9.5 for this one. And then it has its maximum of 11 when t is 7. And then the next one's back to here. And the next one will be back to there, and we can just follow it because we know that it just repeats itself. So this one will be here. The next one will be the minimum. Then it will be here. Then it will be here, and at 14 it will be back to there. Let's just check that with 14. Be back to 9.5. Yes, we are. So once we've got that, we can just join up the dots. And we know the shape of this graph, so it's going to do this type of thing and then come down to its minimum here. And up here and then over here, and like so. We want to find the depth at 5 am. We've already got that on our table. 5 am was t is 0, so let's call that 9.54 meters. What's the first time after 5 am that the depth reaches its maximum? So the maximum is just here, and that's happened when t is 7. So that would be 12 o'clock midday, which of course is 12 p.m. It is safe to dive off the end of the jetty if the depth of the water is at least 2 meters. For how long is this possible before 12 p.m.? So 12 p.m. we've already discussed is here. So we want from here up to here the amount of time it's above 2 meters. So a good way of doing that here is go back and select the top, and let's draw the graph instead. Now change the axes to these so we get the same picture we've got here. So we want to go from 0 to 14, and we'll go from 0 to 12, and then we'll have exactly the same picture, and then we'll add to this graph y equals 2, and then we want these intersections. So gsolve and intersection. So the first one is at 2.18, so let's make a note of that. And then the second one is at 3.82. So 3.82 take away 2.18. So we'll just go to main and we'll do that. So 3.82 take away 2.18 is 1.64. So there's 1.64 hours where it's below 2 just here, and we can't dive during that time. So the amount of time that it is okay to dive is 7 take away 1.64. So 7 take away 1.64 is 5.36 hours.